Welcome to Let's Fly VFR. Today we're going to test out a few more free plugins, and don't forget to visit letsflyvfr.com. It's now up and running and getting all updated. If you're looking for any new toys for your sim, please come have a look, support the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything extra if you choose to buy through letsflyvfr.com, but it will certainly help me to make better and more videos for you guys.
Approaching 08.
So there is here's a couple of the new plugins I've added to the system this week, and I'm only going to add in ones that I think I'm going to use, so I'm not just going to keep adding random ones in. So what have we got today? Last week, in the last video we did a number of
On runway 08 flaps.
Doesn't it sound good? We did X-Life last week by Jar Design, Headshake by Sim Coders, HD Airport by Mr. X6, Ortho XP by Oscar Pilot. So we added those last week, and this week we've added Terrain Radar by Dr. Glur, I think that's pronounced. So it's a vertical situation display. It does seem to do weather and also terrain. It's really good. But you can only get it in the big aircraft at the moment, so I was hoping to be able to do it on something smaller, because you know me, I'm a bit of a GA dude, and flying jets around isn't normally my thing. But this 747 proved to be a real handful. The weather proved to be a handful as well, and we're just going to take off from here at Lowy, and it's just such a magnificent airport. And look at the scenery, guys. So that's zoom level 16 as we get further out, but around here is probably still 19 with a bit of ortho. The other thing we've added was, and you heard it as we taxied out there, the XRAS Runway Awareness Advisory System by SkillsCove, and that's pretty good. I have heard this on real aircraft, and it is available, I think, if you have an iPad, on smaller aircraft as well. It will look after you. So that just tells you where you are, and you'll hear some call-outs once we get back as well. It does help you out with your altitudes and where you are situated on a runway. And I've got to tell you, the weather here was just nuts. Downdrafts underneath these clouds is what was causing that. It was just pushing me downwards. Really amazing. And Austin Myers, our glorious leader of X-Plane, is busy and has apparently just recoded all the downdrafts and the jet wash and vortices, I believe. So in a very soon, in a new update, we're going to get that, and I'm going to be testing those out once I know they've arrived. So we're getting a little bit up into the cloud here. And just have a good look at those radars, guys and girls, if you're out there. It's giving an indication of the valleys. Now, we've just climbed up through the clouds, and we've broken out through the top. And as you can see, the base of the radar there is clear, and that's where we've come out. So I think that's a reasonable representation. It was a lot of fun flying this. Now, landing this big girl back on the airport, considering Lowy is a very small airport really, and I doubt it's designed for a 747. It's going to be one hell of a challenge when we get back there. So let's head back there and have a look and see just another quick look at the scenery, two, the displays that we've got there, and we'll get another little look at the X-ray system as well, and just it'll talk to us as we come into land. One other thing that I have added, and it's not as prominent in this particular part of the scenery, and that's the HD trees, which is by Mr. X6 as well. So Mr. X6 has got the trees that I added a couple of days ago. I was hoping there'd be a lot of trees sitting around here at Lowy to show you, but you can only really see the ones that have been replaced when we taxi in and get back to the airport. So just have a look at those when we get back in. There's a lot of little improvements, and also the performance I haven't lacked anything in frame rates. I'm still running pretty well in frame rate front of things. I think I was up in the 30s while flying this around. And you've got the particle system in action there with a low low pressure above the wing. It's pretty nice. What's happening? You've really got to get out and fly this thing in a good storm. It's really hard work. So we got the gear down, and it took a little while to get back in here and find it, but you can see we've got the runway ahead of us now as we come back in, and we'll get a few call outs from the X-ray system, because I don't think the 747 normally has those. There we go, 1,000 to go. You airline pilots out there can update me if I've got this wrong, but I'm pretty sure I didn't get anything. And I did try I think it's the 320, the default.
Approaching 2.
And
6.
I didn't get the radar to work, and I couldn't get, and I didn't check the ANRAS when I did it with that particular aircraft. Hence, I went to the 747, and everything worked nicely. So 400 coming in now. Let's see if we can get this thing stopped in time. Doing a pretty good job. You can mark me out of 10. I get a bit of a bounce, I think, but I was really impressed just to get it back here. And a little bit hard. I got a bounce.
5,000 feet.
And I think we're going to need them as well. We've got the brakes on. And now this is no reverse thrust, guys, and no spoiler dump. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't have the key shortcuts ready to go on that one, so it's just merely brakes and a lot of good luck. So we'll taxi back in.
08 flaps.
Yep, 08, and we'll taxi back in. Don't you look magnificent? We need some Qantas colours, I think, guys. We need a Qantas livery for it. If anyone can point me towards a Qantas livery for the big 747. Let me know. I'll go download it, and then next time we have it flying the 747, we'll be in Qantas at least. Or Singapore Airlines is perfectly okay, because they are my favourite airline. I've got to tell you, spent a lot of time flying on Singapore Airlines, and they are magnificent. If you happen to be flying anywhere, feel free to sponsor me. Sponsor me, Singapore Airlines. Love what you do. So let's get ourselves taxied in. So have a look at the trees as well. So these are the high definition trees that Mr. X6 has put together, and they look much better than the stock ones. I've got to tell you, they look a lot fuller. There seems to be a lot more detail to them as we taxi in. So let's quickly just run over it again. All the great things now. Again, no performance hits, it seems, with all this stuff. So we've got the X-rays for your display there, looking at clouds, doing the call-outs for you and telling you where you are. We've got the train radar, we've got the HD trees, we've got X-Life, Head Shake, HD airports by Mr. 6, and Ortho for XP, all there. So, hope you enjoyed that. Catch you again next week, and please feel free to hit Let's Fly VFR. See you soon. Bye.